Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am working on week 28 in my 2022 Project Life album. This week I am using, I'm pretty sure it's the July Documenter kit from Studio Calico. I'm starting with my photos as usual, and I'm going to lay out some cards. My photos this week were a little bit meh. A little bit ho-hum, but then I realized I've got this like super strong kind of, I've either got pink or blue or black and white. So there's kind of a really strong color scheme going on here. Definitely was not intentional, but I'm going to try and play that up when I'm picking out the cards. This is definitely quite a summery themed kit, which I struggled with. You can see the 2 degrees there, and the rain on the windows, and having to have a power free day in front of the fire, and it was a really wintry week this week, so it's a little bit harder to kind of place the cards. Mostly I'm going for kind of generic ones, but also trying to kind of balance out the black and the sort of the black and white and all of that color. So I'm going to add a little bit of more neutral kind of crafty colors in here as well, because the alpha in this kit is that kind of craft colored paper you can see peeking out there. So I don't want that to be too stark. So I'm going to add the little, I don't know what you call them. They look like clouds to me. There's like crafty colored clouds down the bottom, and I'm going to keep everything else a little bit plainer. I really could not find a journaling card though for my blank spot that I liked that worked with the rest of them. So I did go into my stash looking for some kind of lighter colored papers that might work with this color scheme. This is an old pink paisley one. It's a very light pink. So I'm definitely going more pink themed than I had intended to, but I wanted to not have to try to force a summer themed journal card to be wintry journaling, if you know what I mean. So I've decided just to make my own. I'm going to use that pink paper, and I'm going to stamp that same cloud design. So I've got that kind of crafty clouds down the bottom. I'm going to echo that, but maybe try to tone down this pink a little bit with some more of that blue. So this is just a Catherine Pooler ink. I'm going to use this kind of cloud sort of frame stamp just to frame the top and bottom of the cards. I'm not going to worry about the sides there, but it kind of tied together the crafty colored card, as well as adding a little bit of blue in there. So it kind of served 2 purposes. I'm just going to leave my journaling card till last though, because I haven't really done a whole lot on this spread. There was kind of a lot more kind of indecision than I had hoped for, but I think that's because I was trying to force this wintry themed spread out of this very summer themed kit. So I don't end up using a whole lot in the way of kind of embellishments. I'm going to start with my title card, and hopefully that'll give me a little bit more direction as to where the page is going. These are like very thin paper letters, so I was very careful peeling them off the sheet and careful with my little tweezers and the ruler guide there to try and get them as straight as possible. It was also kind of a little bit of an italic font choice there, which I always struggle with to get it straight. So the ruler guide was definitely the way to go. I'm going to add the chipboard numbers. That kind of allowed me to use that really rosy toned card as well, because everything on this particular kind of title card is going to be really monochrome. So I've got this really warm week number. Usually I would use a kind of printed on label like this to stamp my date stamps in, but it didn't, because it's very centered on the card, it wasn't really going to work with the kind of offset letters that I've got. Holy moly, they were hard to get off the ruler guide there, so I had to very carefully do that. I'm just going to skip through here. And because I've kind of used that label as a base for my title, I'm just going to stamp the dates just directly onto the card underneath. Now by this stage I was already feeling like I'd spent far too long working on this spread, getting all indecisive about things. So I'm just going to try really hard to keep it super simple after this and go back to just doing some really basic kind of embellishing. Like I said, the chipboard shapes and the stamps, like they're very summery themed. Didn't have a whole lot of kind of seaside adventures in this particular week, so I'm going to use the few that I can. I'm just adding like a chipboard in between a photo. So I'm going to do this kind of recipe on a few of these photos by adding a chipboard or some sort of embellishment, and then using some of these little crafty letters. I'm kind of change the sentiment a little bit, so adding not to some of those summery themed ones. This one says loves it, so I'm going to add Lily's name in here because she got a new playmat. Just kind of create this easy embellishment that I can either add to sentiments or alter sentiments a little bit. I'm going to do that, I think, 3 times. I do another one up here with my happy mail that I got from my beautiful friends Alice and Jillian. So the pink party up here, I'm adding 1 chipboard to this 3x4 photo, and then the smaller photo, I'm going to do that same recipe with the craft letters, but instead of the chipboard, I'm going to chop apart this stamp. So it says my happy place. I really just wanted the word happy, so I could have partially inked it, but it's just as easy for me to cut those stamps apart. So I'm going to add in mail underneath with the alphas there, and again, so it just gives me a little bit more of that kind of repetition, since there wasn't so much in the way of embellishment that I could use with this kit. I'm pretty much ready to call it done and just do my journaling, but the only thing I wasn't loving was this kind of floaty photo on my 4x6 card. I didn't necessarily want to add anything else to it, and there definitely wasn't anything in the way of embellishment that I could add to this particular photo. I'm going to talk about it in my journaling card, but I just wanted to add like a little bit of something extra, and in the end I just went through all of these journal cards and just found this darkest one. It had like numbers on it. I don't know that I would ever use that anyway. I'm going to use it as kind of a mat in behind my photo. I know it doesn't cover the entirety of the photo. It covers enough of it just to kind of ground it and give it a little bit more weight down at the bottom here, especially next to that full pocket photo. So I think it worked nicely to kind of balance everything out. I took my stamped journaling card over to my typewriter and typed out some journaling, kind of not numbered, but in bullet point form, and then I reiterated that with some of those little arrow stamps, and finally called this page done. Hey, thanks for watching today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, I'm going to leave a couple of videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye.